if any of the youth are found to have a positive screen, they'll get a baseline screen when they come in. So their first screen, if it's positive, we will work with that, and as long as their screen keeps going down, then we're okay with it. If, though, we do send it off to a lab. So if their screen goes up and they're continuing to use, then we go back to court. A lot of times we'll get a court order to send them to a treatment facility, and it's usually a 45-day facility. And then they come back to our program as a step down.
Very good. Mr. Bill, let me ask you this question. I know one or two people just can't do all this, so how many people do you have on staff?
We have 6 persons on staff. 4 of those are counselors. They're case supervisor, and that's my position, and then I have 3 people that work under me.
Okay.
But we all work, pretty much
Together
as a team. Yes.
It takes that. Now, how can we as the public or parents or just the community get back involved in this and support this and help you to help others?
One of the greatest ways would be if a person has the opportunity to make any kind of a donation to Sunrise Children's Services or to the Youth Support Center individually. Financial support is a great help.
Okay.
Also, then through the tutoring program, if we have someone that may be a retired teacher who would be willing to donate some time to the program, through that program would be a great opportunity for them to give to the community and to the children. Also, we take volunteers at the program who would come and work with our kids as a volunteer. Of course, there's a process, you have to apply and be, accepted through the Sunrise Services as a volunteer. But I think there's lots of opportunities for churches to reach out in ministry to the kids at the program. Our clients are in great need of all kinds of support, not just financial support, but they need someone to reach out as a mentor, as a tutor, as a role model. And I think that there are lots of persons in the community who, if they were just aware of the opportunity and the privilege to work with our clients, could see the value and the potential in their lives, would be willing to give of themselves.
Exactly. And the thought just crossed my mind. We're living in such a different time now because, a few years back, young people didn't have the problems as they do today.
Exactly.
The drugs on a rampage. A lot of youngsters are going through broken homes, and a lot of them, their grandparents is taking care of them, and they're just rebelling and things like that. It's just a terrible time, but you all are equipped to deal with these situations.
That's correct.
Absolutely. I think CNN just did a spot on one of the counties that is just north of us, and they were profiling 2 students who are now one is living with their great-grandparents, and the other one is living with just whoever will take him. And it's because they both have witnessed, their families and drugs and parents overdosing on drugs. Probably 80% of the children that we serve are also just like this. They're being raised by grandparents, aunts, uncles, family members. They have families, their parents, grandparents are incarcerated due to drugs or are currently using drugs or have overdosed on drugs and are deceased, and they're orphaned. So it's a really sad situation. I think pills in our community and the surrounding communities are what they're calling a silent epidemic. It's really taking the lives of their families, and we're there to intervene in their life and try to make a difference.
And another thing I'm so thankful for, you take the time with each individual that's there. Nobody's neglected each problem. You handle each problem.
Well, and we handle each child individually. Like, I got in the office probably a half hour before Bill and I left to come here, and I already had a phone call from one of our clients that was in the program a few years ago, and she's having a situation in her family that's just really critical. I would say all of her family, with the exception of a few aunts, one of them who has taken her in, are all currently using drugs. So it's just not a good situation.
You got all these different issues, and you even got teenage pregnancy and things like that, children having children.
We do.
It's just a shocker what's going on in our communities now. But I'm so thankful that you all are Christian-based and you're helping people through the love of God.
We do.
you know. And Bill, what's some goals that you would like to see for the Sunrise Children's Services?
Well, the primary goal that we have obviously is to reach out to people in need. The mission that Sunrise has is to reach families and our children who are hurting, and to try to reach them in a Christian environment and give them the love, you know, of God, because many of them do not have that. I would also like to see as a goal for the Sunrise that we have here in our community through the Youth Support Center, to be able to reach more clients, you know, obviously because there are more youth in the community who need the services that we have. But you know, the opportunity that we have arises through the court system. If the courts are available to us, it comes through the school systems and through the community. But the goal is to try to effectively help these children overcome their problems to the point that they become a productive member of society.
Very good.
And that is one of the greatest goals that we have, I think, is that we help them to see their fullest potential in life, because many of them don't have anyone at home who is giving them the
Absolutely.
support and love that they need. And if they can get just a glimpse of the fact that someone actually does care for them, that someone actually does offer them a positive in life where they see nothing but negatives, then I think that is one of the greatest goals that we can reach as a ministry to people. And if we can do that and give them some positive outlook on life, I think that would be one of the greatest accomplishments that we could